What is the true purpose of the Nazca Lines today? I'll explain it under 5 minutes. Let's start. In the desert of southern Peru, there are massive drawings so large that you can't fully see them from the ground. They depict animals, geometric shapes, and long straight lines stretching for kilometers. They were made over 1,500 years ago by people with no airplanes, no satellites, and no written language. So why were the Nazca Lines created? And what was their true purpose? Even today, historians don't fully agree, but the evidence tells a fascinating story. The Nazca Lines are a series of giant geoglyphs located in the Nazca Desert of Peru. They were created between 500 BC and 500 AD by the Nazca civilization. There are over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and 70 animal and plant figures, including a hummingbird, a monkey, a spider, a whale, a condor. Some lines stretch over 10 kilometers long. They were made by removing dark surface stones to reveal lighter soil underneath. Because the desert is extremely dry and windless, the lines have survived for centuries. The mystery comes from 3 key questions. Why make them so large? Why design them to be best seen from the air? Why invest so much labor into something with no obvious daily use? The Nazca people had no aircraft, so the designs were not meant for human viewing from above. This means the purpose must have been symbolic, ritualistic, or religious. One early theory suggested the Nazca Lines were a giant astronomical calendar. Some lines appear to align with the sun during solstices, certain stars and constellations. This led to the idea that the Nazca used the lines to track time, seasons, and farming cycles. However, later studies showed that most lines do not align with celestial events. Many alignments could be coincidence. While astronomy may have played a minor role, it likely was not the main purpose. Today, the most widely accepted explanation is that the Nazca Lines were part of water-related religious rituals. The Nazca lived in one of the driest deserts on Earth. Rainfall was rare, unpredictable, and essential for survival. Evidence supporting this theory, many lines point toward underground water sources. Nearby are puquios, ancient underground irrigation systems. Animals depicted, like birds, spiders, and monkeys, were symbols of rain, fertility, and life in Andean culture. Archaeologists believe the Nazca walked along the lines during ceremonies, asking their gods for rain and agricultural success. Another important idea is that the lines were meant to be walked, not viewed. Researchers found foot traffic patterns along many lines leading to ceremonial sites and platforms. In Nazca belief, gods lived in the sky and mountains, so while humans couldn't see the full designs, the gods could. The lines may have been offerings, giant symbols created to be seen by divine beings above. Some claim the Nazca Lines were alien runways, messages to extraterrestrials, but archaeologists reject this because the lines are shallow and fragile. They could not support aircraft. Tools, methods, and designs are clearly human. There is zero scientific evidence supporting alien involvement. There is no single confirmed answer, but based on archaeological evidence, the strongest conclusion is this. The Nazca Lines were religious and ceremonial structures, deeply connected to water, survival, and communication with the gods. They were walked during rituals, symbols of devotion, requests for rain and fertility. They were not meant for us, they were meant for belief, faith, and survival. The Nazca Lines remind us that ancient people didn't create monuments just to be seen, they created them to be believed in. And sometimes, the true purpose of history's greatest mysteries isn't to be solved, but to be understood. If you enjoyed this deep dive into ancient mysteries, like, subscribe, and comment Nazca below.